The cloud. Okay, thank you. So thank you for sharing that, Sukhinder. Intermittent fasting, being on top of your 3 to 4 liters of water and movement. If you don't realize that these are the foundations, and this is why the belly fat keeps away. This is why you're still energetic with the two really active kids while traveling and while not getting your suitcase, all that stuff. I want you to realize that these three are very powerful. So I want you to congratulate yourself. Now you can actually, let's go everybody and share 3 wins. Akka, you go.
Definitely water. Definitely positive thought process. I'm like the rest of it, intermittent fasting, I've been doing it, right? So I'm still keeping up with it. Rather than 14, now I moved to 16 constantly. And protein.
Wow. It's like, she's like the top achiever.
No, I was never into protein before, Sheetal. I eat whatever junk I see it, and then, rice is my
It's
biggest
going to
addiction.
shift your body. It's going to shift your face. I'm telling you, it's going to make a huge difference. And I'm on that journey too with protein, even though I eat clean. Still, like, the IBS, I have IBS. None of us have perfect bodies. None have perfect situations. We're all stressed out if we want to be. But that's why being on this protective fort, we go around with this fort and we're inside. So thank you for sharing that, Akan. Great job. Deepa, would you like to share your 3 wins? Okay.
Yeah. 3 wins. I connected with my friends. So, it was really nice to spend some time with friends and cousins. I think, it was really wonderful to have some family time after a very long time. And yeah, mindfulness for me has been good. But food wise, because of travel and other things, it's so and so. But still the time, I kept the time not after 8 o'clock. So at least that is like 7 to 8 was like the outer limit. So 12 hours to 13 hours was something that I was mindfully doing. So
intermittent fasting, you mean?
yeah, because earlier it was like, whenever I feel hungry, I used to eat, like even if it is 9 o'clock or so. But that I've done. But yeah, there are many lags that I don't want to talk about.
Yeah. Right now it's only 3 wins. I heard intermittent fasting. I still have to hear 2 more. I know happy hormones counts really good, but it's not there in the 12.
So I've done the meditation, like the thing.
Visualization.
Yeah, every day. Yeah,
Very
and
good.
3 days this week I had done really yoga stretches.
Wow. Okay. So you've been good with movement, walking?
Walking when I was in Orlando last week, I did. This week not so much walking, but I did stretches.
I'm
for
so
1
proud to take Veda's number. I don't know about mine, but I'm taking his 12K. I remember that.
Yeah.
Mine started working, and now yours is working. It's like quiet numbers, and you're like, I'm not sharing. I'll do talk about yoga. Good job.
Yeah. So I've not been wearing it with an IT also. It's hard to track the device number, but I saw you wearing
Yeah.
it
So I
here.
have something like this.
Yeah, so you have it here. So I don't know, does it measure when you put it in the top, or it has to be in the pant?
No. Anywhere it will measure.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
anywhere it will measure. Great job. And so visualization is the key. I'm so glad you mentioned that, Deepa. If we want to go forward, in the visualization, we get clarity on what we want, especially when someone is telling us. Alone, if you are a pro, yes, you can like, wow, right? But many times it's like, wait, but, and it stops us. So when we let you, whoever it is, right now it's vision with the 6 phase, it actually creates the world, the magical world, like Alice is going and the world is creating. You don't have to have an agenda. You just have to dream. And the manifestation, the key is that softness, is that dreaminess, the lasya, and to actually be able to imagine. So great job on that, Deepa. Sudha, your turn.
I would say water, movement, and my vitamins.
Wow. So last week, she's like, mm-mm, mm-mm,
Yeah,
mm-mm.
I did get calcium, zinc, and magnesium together.
Very good. Great job. Good job, Sudha. And then water.
Because my doctor has been asking me to take that calcium thing for a long time, and I keep forgetting.
Very nice. Great shares to that.
So now I kept them on my table where I work. So that way it reminds me to take it every day night.
Amazing. And for me, you went from 0 to 100. She had those bottles for months and she wouldn't take them. And now she did.
Yeah. So
Thank
in the
you so
new
much.
year, I'll be taking every day.
Great. And I love what you have done. You've come with very pretty colors. You didn't have to dress up, but you did. And I notice it and I want to acknowledge it. And I want all of us to feel like that. If this is your temple and if you're, this is your soul, the only place that for you to be, why not respect it? Why only go and praise God and praise the temple and clean up there? Why not be your own advertisement of health, of happiness, of good spirit? And I see Krishnoor is here. Welcome, Krishnoor. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. What time is it for you, Krishnoor?
It's 3:15 at the minute.
Okay, so thank you for joining us. Krishnoor Kaur, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Sure. Hello everyone. So my name is Krishnoor. I'm 20 at the minute. So I'm doing.
You're 20?
Yeah.
This is incredible. This is why she's here. Please go ahead.
Yes. So I'm basically working on a vision that I have, which I want to fulfill in the next 7 to 8 years. So I work as a healthcare assistant in different hospitals, work with different mental health, general health, and ER, stuff like that. I also work as a talent acquisition specialist, and I also have a business. And with this new year, I have built a vision of what I want to do. So I hopefully would start 3 more projects this year. Yes, so that's a bit about myself. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer that along the way as well. So I know Sheetal from the Cogent Social that we do. So we do tend to talk about health a lot there, which is a very important topic, especially coming into this new era of like 2020s, for example, because if we go into market, most of our basket that we, let's just say, get groceries from is mostly filled with processed food. And thinking about that and how it's processed and the process that it actually goes through strips off the product of all its nutrients. So it's very, very important in this time to focus on what your body needs and how you're getting it. So I would say health is a very, very personal topic, and it's not just limited to physical health. It also goes beyond to mental health and what you do in your daily life as well, because that affects what you think about yourself, what you feel, what you eat, everything. So very personal. Again, I think when it comes to health, your body knows what it needs. So what we should do is focus on what our body responds to. So I remember I talked about this earlier, which I missed a certain aspect. So when I said people shouldn't do diets, what I meant was a calorie deficit diet. So that's where you eat less, work out more. That helps you gain muscles if you go to gym, or helps you lose weight. However, that's not the very ideal way to do that. So what we tend to do is we can get responses to different foods that we eat. So it can be high fiber, can be mineral rich, vitamin rich. So do that, eat that food, measure yourself. You'll have a weighing scale at home. So see how your body reacts to it, because most of the food that we eat, people with gluten allergies, for example, they tend to get bloated after anything that they eat that contains gluten. So you see how your body responds to it, right? So what you should focus on, let's just say I ate a normal bread, right? I measured myself. I was, let's just say 800 grams up on what I usually weigh. Okay. Right, keep that aside. Now take, let's just say, a gluten-free bread. So take that, consume that. See, if you measure yourself, it just says 200 grams. That's nothing. So that's your body's reacting to 200 grams of the gluten-free bread better than the 800 one.
Actually, Krishnoor, I want to slow down and ask, what was it that you said, this experiment with eat the bread and measure yourself, or measure the bread before you eat it?
No, I was giving an example on how your body reacts. So let's just say, for example, I consume bread, a normal bread, right? That has gluten in it. So I do that. I measure myself after eating it, and my weight shows 800 grams more than what I usually weigh. I note that down. Then next time I go and eat a gluten-free bread, then I measure myself. It's 200 grams up on what I usually weigh. Right. So I see how my body is responding to what I eat.
Oh, wait, so hold on. So you're saying if our body reacts to something that it doesn't like, we will weigh more?
No, not usually. It's how your body reacts to it. So along with weighing more, for example, if you have problems with digestion, or you feel heavy in your body itself, or you feel bloated, so you see how your body is reacting to the specific thing that you ate. So experiment different foods with how your body reacts, and that should give you your best diet, and that should be very personal to you, because you consume what you want rather than having those special diets which limit you to certain aspects of
Yeah.
food.
So
So
what I really love hearing from you, sorry for putting a pause, because she's incredible, right? At 20, she's actually here just to talk about it. What I find refreshing is that if you can start this young to have so much awareness, and it's not related to exactly what you do, but it's because it's your personal interest. Imagine what we would be as adults when you're our age, because most of the time we don't have the mind space to even see what the bread did to us, because we're so busy with food, with the work, with the family, with kids, with that stress, this stress, already body not working properly, right? One bread causing change, we can't even be aware. That awareness is where actually I'm bringing in a focus for all of us, because we don't realize if that's the man that made us react. Is it the bread that made us react? Is it the kid that's not listening that made us react? Is it the work tension? So, or is it the lack of sleep? Or is it whatever it is, right? Or the weather, the environment, travel? So I love that you mentioned it from your point of view, because that awareness of slowing down. So I know you talked a lot about sleep and the sleep cycles. Would you like to cover that topic?
yeah, of course. So as you just mentioned, lack of sleep. So that is actually the main reason on how we feel the entire day, or how we react to different stuff, especially when it comes to food as well. So that's all related. So ideal sleep, it should be in 1.5 hour intervals. So why this? Because that's the normal sleeping rate that you go for. There's, I think, 5 different cycles of sleep that we go through. So first it starts with your normal sleep, which you're not aware of your surroundings as much. Your brain is slowly going into deep sleep. So that is the first 1.5 hour that your body goes through. After that, for 3 hours, you go into deep sleep. And then after that, for 1.5 hour, you go into REM sleep cycle, which is rapid eye movement. So if you've heard of sleep paralysis, that usually happen in the REM period of dream cycle. So it is very creepy at that time, because I've had that recently, like 2 days ago. But yeah, right. So what we usually tend to do, we should aim for 1.5 hour sleep cycles. So, and when it comes to naps, it should be just 20 minutes. That's enough for your body to feel refreshed, especially in the daytime. So coming back to the nighttime, 1.5 hour, you sleep for that. Then you calculate however much you want to. So for example, if you need to wake up at, let's just say, 6 in the morning, so you calculate how much sleep you need. So go backwards from there, and then get the proper sleep that you need. I'm saying this why? So we can, ideally, we are told that we should sleep 7 to 8 hours, or, in older adults and kids, it should be 9 to 11 hours. So keeping that in mind, that is good. But also, again, how you feel after sleeping that much of an amount of time, after how you feel, we should focus on that rather than what is told to us. Again, everybody is not the same. Every nutrition that one needs doesn't mean that the other person needs the same. So you need to be aware of yourself and you need to like go for regular tests, for example. You don't even have to, that doesn't even have to be comprehensive, just to know the few nutrients that you need, that you think you lack. So this is what nutritionists do actually. So they just map you, and you can always do that on your own. And I was thinking the other day as well, there's so many ways to make money just by doing nothing. So just for example, if I come here and I give you this exact information, which your nutritionist is going to do the same, but a bit more details related to the fruits that you eat, for example. So what more is she doing? She's just relating to what specific things you need to specific foods, and that's it. And then you're giving them your money. You can always do that on your own. And I was looking at the same for trading. So trading and investment, people have courses for it. And then I know someone who has paid £1,200 just for a day of that. And all you can learn is like literally everything's available online.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Krishnoor, because I've always said that we pretty much know most of it. Maybe we don't know why, we don't know how, but most of it we know, like the food, the sleep, the movement. The thing is that enacting is where 99+% fail, because you're caught up by what's in front of you. And especially life completely changes when you become an adult with kids and job and husband and then the family issues and the wife or whatever, right? So where your self-care, self-love goes out the window, number one. So I want to know, actually, from another point of view, because all of us here are parents, what did your mom do? What did your dad do that you're here, Tony, talking so confidently about the health and healthy practices?
I think it's just me being more aware, because they, as you said, you know, you when you go into the family life, you kind of avoid the self part. So me noticing that in them, because both of them are diabetic. My dad kind of has early onset Parkinson's, which is getting treated at the minute. And my mom, she's suffering from some back problems. So seeing them and like then thinking on what I should do for them and how to make them aware of their own health. So I think that's what made me
really inspires me, because that's where I come from. I come from to seeing it's not just physical problems, but also the way people are handling stress, the way small things are triggering huge, like it's a tiger, no matter what. If the kid is late to school, a tiger is attacking. That's the reaction. It's almost like everything is, the choice of words we use is terrible. The lines are long, it's terrible, lines are long. The flight is delayed, it's like basically you can't tolerate. Your toleration limit is so low that everything is triggering. And now I had to do that exactly, as to like, what is causing this? Why can't, and these are all people who would do pranayama. These are all people who grew up knowing about yoga. So then where is it that's this is happening?
Exactly. So basically relating back to that, I give them like little exercises to do, not physically, but like mental exercises to rewire everything, to for them to focus on themselves. So I literally just bluntly say to my mom, what she's a principal of a school back in India, and she's just there the entire day, and everyone's in the family like, why don't you just come home? And this has been the case for the past 10 years.
So where the work is consuming your mom so much that there's
nothing
for
she's
her
having all that stress from work. And then I was like, why don't you just put it to the next day? You're gonna do it anyway. I know that, and you're definitely gonna do it like to perfection, because that's what she does, really.
So I want to hear from you 3 things that you can give us that you want us as parents to practice because the kids are watching. Because you kind of gave an inspiration to stay bad because the kid can be better, but that's such a rare example because of your.
No, I'll go for
someone else join in. I don't know who that is, but hi Carl, I think you're maybe in the wrong meeting. Oh my God, it's you. It's our second speaker. I didn't even realize that. That was her husband's face. Okay. Sorry, go ahead. So what would be the 3 things that you would give as a
Right.
tip to parents here?
Right.
to-
To
Because the
conclude,
kids are watching, and this is how you want parents to be. So the kids also learn from the parents, and
one, I would say be aware. When I say aware, be aware of your own self. First of all, define the self concept that you have. So, what are you? Who are you? What you define yourself as? Because that is going to be the very first step to getting to know yourself again, other than your family life, other than your work. So, focusing on who you are, be aware of yourself, your surroundings. By surroundings, I mean your home life, your family, how you deal with each other, what relationships you have. So this would be the second part of awareness. Third would be getting all those 2-3 aspects together and analyzing how your family is. Is it functional or is it dysfunctional in some aspects? So reevaluating those. And then second would be consistent, because consistency is literally the key to everything. Be consistent with, again, what you think of yourself, how you define yourself, how your family sees you, how you show yourself to family, and then how your family functions. Be consistent with, let's just say, if you took up one initiative to better something, be consistent with that till it gets to the amount where all of you in your family are acceptable to that and you feel this is going to benefit you. And then be consistent in that aspect. Third, be open to change and learning, because that never stops.
that's amazing. And here we have a 20-year-old telling the parents, like, to have awareness of who you are, how you come across, what your surroundings are, who do you want to be. Because I read this science article that said that when moms give birth to a baby, the baby's brain cells, some of them stay back in the mom, it seems, like, whatever, I don't know how it is. So we are actually in tune with the kid, and the kid is in tune with us. So there's a reason moms are aware when the baby needs milk, and even the baby doesn't know. So many times we're in tune, our amygdala is like, always alert. So in that aspect, we have to realize that they're also alert, watching us. And I love that, awareness, no matter what. Even if you're messing up right now, you can be aware and then tell the child, like you said, I looks like I'm not being perfect right now, but I want to be better, to be open to change. That's what I know that. And the second one you said was consistency. Totally right. We all know that there is no miracle. There's no words, no book out there that can give us what we want other than us being consistent in anything. So amazing shares, Krishnoor. Thank you so much. Does anybody have anything to tell or ask Krishnoor? She's in Essex County in UK, and your parents are in India?
Yes. I've been in the UK for around 3 years now.
Oh, very nice. Looks like, well, if you really enjoyed what she said, you can put a heart and let her know. And if you have anything to share, please do. And I want to welcome, in the meantime, yeah, I loved it. Thank you so much, Krishna. I think they may be away, but just listening, yeah, thank you. I'm gonna introduce our second speaker now.